Hello! I'm back out, and as you can see, some new scenery. It's been about 3 months. Because of the weather, every time I got a bit of time off, the lakes were froze. It's now mid-March. It's not that cold, but it's a bit windy, as you can probably hear. Let me turn around here. So I don't know how well you're hearing me, but I'm on my new syndicate. I shall show you around it. I'll say just a quick intro like I always do. Then flip it. Here we go. All fenced. I'm not going to name it yet because I don't know if I can. But it is quite nice. Go down the stebbity steps. I love it, I do. And here's the peg. Not a bad size. Now I've got a platform, so I might use it next time. I've got my rods here this time. But it's about 8 acres. I think there's about 200 fish, 150, something like that. A few 20s, mid-20s, high 20s, and I think, talking to the owner, there's about, well, there's been double figures of 30s out. And people that fish it regular, I've seen a couple of bigger ones, so, which could be 40. So it's a bit of unknown. I say it's a bit windy, a bit windy. So I want to get back in the bivvy. And here comes the cough. Hey! Should have done that, should I? Yeah, like I say, I haven't been out for a while because of the weather, work and life in general, you know how it is. But I'm hoping to get out a bit more now this year. Well, that's my aim. I ain't showing you where I've got them, have I? Let me get my pointy stick. I've got my pointy stick back. Let's flip. Alright, so you can see the peg opposite me. Confusing myself. Yeah, the biggest tree in the middle of them skinny ones. I got one off that bank. It's steepy. It's all like 15s, 16s, 17s. And then I've got one in the middle of these trees. About halfway out, because there is a bar that runs along here, which is about 8 foot where I've got it. And the rows on here, you have to have one in the margin, so it stops everyone putting 3 rods out in the middle. So I've got one. You can see the sticky out branch here, just about here, and even that's in about 7 or 8 foot of water as well. So it is deep. There's a few tufties on, but I've got my tufty torch, so I'm going to sort them in a minute. Anyway, like, yeah, that's showing you where I've got them. I'm still on the bug. The margin rod, I've just got a small wafter on that. But it is a bit shallower, so I'm hoping to find it by the flavour. Whereas the two out there in deeper water, I've got toppers on them just so they can see it a bit better. That's the idea. So I'm going to shoot now. I'm going to have another coffee and chill out. Might have a couple of beers tonight. So I will catch you in a bit, or in the morning, or if we have a fish or whatever. Catch you soon. Bye for now. Morning all. Well, nothing to report. It's been a quiet old night. Except the rain coming about midnight, and I had the vents and the door open, so I woke up with water being flicked in my face, it felt like. So the wind was blowing the rain in. So I had to get up, shut the vents and the door, which I don't like doing, but needs be. When it's raining and the wind's blowing at you, you have to, don't you? But it's been quiet, no bleeps or anything. My my favourite rod, the rod to do the bank, the bobbin keeps pulling to the top. And I know why that is, because it's uneven and I'm going over a bar. The line isn't sinking like you think it is. You think it's sunk, but it's not. It's going up to the bar and it's going off at an angle. So through the night, it's slowly settling each side of the bar and pulling the bobbin up. The only way to get around it is to leave your line slack for, I don't know however long, for the line to settle. But the problem with that is with a chop on the water, there'll be a bit of undertow maybe. It'd be bowing the line out, it'd be taking your line that way, won't it? So it's just one of them things, I just have to live with it. But did I just say that? I know it's, yeah, I think I've already said it, it's not a run to water, it is quite difficult, so that's the reason I chose it, because I wanted a new challenge. Because where I was sort of catching pretty regular, except on Wyndham, that was the only one what was doing me heading, but on Pads Lake easy, on Mesters, and the main lake I caught every time I was on there, so it got a bit, you get complacent, don't you? You just throw it out and you're getting runs, sort of, but here, it's definitely not like that. Talking to one of the guys who did a day session yesterday, and he was saying it can be tricky. He said what you have to do, you have to watch the water for maybe 2 or 3 hours, if that's how long it takes just till you see them, like a lot of lakes, and if you see them, that's the area you want to be. But when I came yesterday, I had a good walk around, I was in every peg on this bank, so I could see all the lake. Didn't see anything. And with it being deep, it's like it goes down to 17 foot in places. Even the margins, it goes down to like 12s, 14s. If the mid-water or at the bottom, you're not going to see them, even you're not going to see no swirling or anything, unless they come up in the water or they stick their heads out. And with a chop on the water as it is, as you can see, even when they stick their heads out, you might catch something in the corner of your eye, like we've all been there, and you look and you're not sure if it's the reflection of one of the waves, so it's the way the light's caught it, or, you know what I mean? It could be 101 things, can't it? That's the main reason why I come this peg, I'm sort of in the middle. So they're moving one end of the lake to the other at certain parts of the day. I should intercept them here. And like I showed you, I got one rod to the far bank, one roughly in the middle on the bar, and one in the near margin. But it's still not summer, it's spring now, but I don't think they're holding up, or they might be. They might be holding up at one of the ends of the lake, so I'm nowhere near them. But anyway, I've got the rest of the day in tonight. I could do tomorrow night, but I think I'll go home tomorrow, which is Friday. I'll go Friday afternoon. Then I'll have Friday night, Saturday night, and I'll come back Sunday, because it can get busy on weekends. Then I might do 3 days then. So if I get here Sunday, there's one of the pegs what I fancy, or the people here to talk to, and I find out when they're leaving, then I can still get a Sunday night, then I can have a full day Monday and Tuesday as well, and do them 2 nights. Go home Wednesday, back at work Thursday night. That's the plan. Yeah, so I'll come back Sunday about dinner time. And hopefully a lot of people what have been on a weekend what will come Friday night, they'll probably do Friday night, Saturday night, hopefully they'll go home Sunday morning or Sunday dinner, won't they? So I should be able to get a decent-ish peg. But then what's a decent peg? I don't know at the moment. That's why I want to get here when there's a few on. I can talk to a few people. So I'm going to shoot now, have me coffee, watch the water, not that I'm seeing a lot except all them tufties over there. Where's my tufty torch? Because they're getting a bit close to my baited area. Yeah, nah, they don't like that look. Off you go. And I shall, you know, like I say, I'll get off now and I will catch you later. I might give you a little tour late. When I bring the rods in about dinner time, I might give you a little tour. So I'll catch you later. Bye for now. Right, campers, I've got the rods in. I've just changed a few bits. I had the owner around chatting to him. and he came and fed the lake. I was out in the boat chucking some, that sun's bright. But I moved my sticks from there with the stabilisers in, and I put the centre bar on. I'm going to have it here, why not? You get the centre bar with it, you can have it like that, I like that. I'll just set you down for a walk down this end. And that's how I'm fishing, look. It's a cave shank, it's a German rig. But I use the PP products shrimp liners, the bait screws. They seem to work for me. I've had a couple of heavy showers, but it seems to have stopped again. You can't see me, can you? Right, now that's a good thing. There you go, you see me now. Like I say, it's about 8 acres. Trying to keep the wind off the mic, and you can't hear me, can you? Well, I'm in peg 7. And there's 10 pegs this side, so I'm there. There's another 3 pegs that way, so I'll give you an idea of the size. Another 6 this way, you need one of them, so there's another 5 after this, and you can see the other one there, so 4 after that. But this is the way it widens out. So when I come back Sunday, I might go this end. I'll have a good look. Might even go in this peg. But you've not got a lot of room. But talking to the lad that was on yesterday, he said most people put the bivvy up here. And if you get a run, you've got to run down there. And this is the way it opens out, look. And then it does go round here as well. There's a little bay there. So it's a fair size. I shall take you back now to my peg. And you can't see me again. Ha ha! Look at you. That's my exercise for the day. Get the rods back out now. Then I watch the England game tonight, innit? Should be good for a laugh. At the moment, it only allows 50 members, but at the moment I think there's only about 30. Probably because it's an Irish water. But here's me. Double drop. Goes a bar and it drops off, then it goes a little shelf, then drops off again. But I'm changing things slightly because when the owner was feeding them, he chucked the scoop down around that area. He chucked the bit there, so obviously not to put one on that. And I'll still leave one on the bar. And I might still have one down that margin. Or I might put it a little bit further out. We shall see. I'm going to sort that now. So I shall catch you all later. Just to get back in my head. I was going to say shed, because at work we've got a wooden cabin. It's more like a shed. That's our office. But yeah, I shall catch you later, because I'm out of breath now. My little walk. And get sorted and get the rods back out, then I can chill out. I'll have another coffee, then I'll start my beers later. So bye for now, and I'll catch you later or in the morning. Bye for now. Good morning, campers. And a quiet night, nothing's happened. But there's a bailiff on, I think he's on until next Thursday, and had a good chat with him. Pete, he's ex-squaddy, so got a bit in common there. And he's told me quite a bit about the lake and a few spots on that. So I've got some more info now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this last little bit to camera now. Get it packed up, be home for, well, I'll be home by dinner time easily, I should think. And I say it's Friday now, and I'll be back Sunday. I'll be doing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but the temperatures are dropping, aren't they? I think Monday or Tuesday it's going to be like -2 at night. So what little chance I had of catching might be 0 now. The scooter's coming in early. I just see one top to the left, probably at the edge of the screen as you're watching this. About halfway out, it's the first fish I've seen. That's about 10 minutes ago, just stuck its head out. So when you actually see one show, it gives you a bit more confidence, doesn't it? It tells me that they're moving. They are moving about and they're awake. So that temperature drop next week for a couple of nights, it might not affect it. So I might have a chance of a fish. But someone got a bailiff, he said there's some real nice lookers in here, which is good to know. And what you're up against, there is a lot of blood weighing beds in here, all over. So the carp's going to be munching on them a lot of the time. But on the plus side, I told him that like I use the bug, and there's another guy in here that uses the bug, and he said he's been doing well. So there's another positive. Said I like the bug. So get yourselves on the bug, lads. Well, it's a bit chillier this morning. It's not that cold. I think it's about 6 or 7. Which is warm, it's summery, isn't it, compared to what we have been getting. But it's been enjoyable, and it goes too quick, doesn't it? Always does, doesn't it? What I'm going to do, I'm going to get a couple of wood screws, I think. Because I'm not happy about the pod being where it is, because it's all carbon, it's pretty light. And I think if I get a savage take, like with my left or right one, it could pull it over. So I'm going to get a couple of wood screws and some sort of strapping, like an old belt or something, then put the belt over the middle section, you know what I mean, then screw that down to hold it. Then I'll just feel more confident, and then I know the pod's not going anywhere. So that's what I've got to do in the next couple of days. Pop to, I don't know, Wilco's or whatever, get some wood screws, probably about 3-4 inch. And I'll have an old belt somewhere. I'll have something I can use, or I'll even buy an old belt. Just so I can screw it down, you know what I mean, the belt over the middle, the centre section, and it'll hold it in place. And I'll be more confident then that my rod's not going to get pulled in if I get a savage take. Because most of the pegs here, like this one, you can get the sticks in the side there, like I had it when I first started, but it was just awkward where it was. It'd be more awkward landing a fish because I'm restricted then. Where it is, with it being out on the platform like that, you have got more options to land the fish. You can bring them into the left, right. When it's at the side, you can't really fetch them into the left. So you've got to try and get it to swing around to the right and land it off the platform. Then it's going, if it's left rod, it's going to go through the other 2 lines, isn't it? So it makes more sense to have it on the pod, have it on the platform like that. So that's what I should be doing. So I could come back Saturday, but it depends how many is on. If I come back Saturday, I can do Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Go home Tuesday, have Tuesday, Wednesday home, wait Thursday. Now I'll come back Sunday. Because as another lad's come down, I see him ride round on his bike. And he's gone to talk to Pete. So I don't know if he's local and he comes on his bike and he's just come to see how it's fishing or whatever he's thinking of coming down at the weekend or whatever, but. And I'm definitely thinking of going to me right Sunday. Because talking to Pete, peg 3 used to be a good peg, but it didn't get fished much last year for some reason, so they could feel safish there because they're not being fished for there. And then all these little bits of information I picked up. But we shall see. I could even come back in here. Now I've seen one show there, I know they're here now. Or one is. And yeah, and I say, talking to the bailiff, he was saying there's a couple has been seen, but haven't been caught for a long time, and he said they look biggish, 35ish, round about that. It'd be nice to have one of them. There's a nice ghost in here. Oh, there's a cat in here. I think the owner said it's probably about 50, 60 pound. I want to be staying clear of that. And speaking to the owner, I thought there was a stage in here, but it said there isn't. Because when I was thinking for the photos, there was a picture that someone was staging, unless they took it out. So I don't know about that. But in the catch photos on the Facebook page, someone put a picture of a staging up. But who knows? The owner says no, there's no staging in here, so there's not. Yeah, so I'll probably get off now. Not this is a shortage vlog, but it was just like a little, the first time on the new lake, just settling in a little bit and seeing what you can learn. And I like to say, I've learned quite enough, luckily enough, because one of the bailiffs is on. I've had a good chat with him and he's told me quite a bit about it. So me where the snags are, because it is pretty barren out there, but it is up and down. And there's plateaus, bars, there's deep a bit, shallot. It is proper up and down, so there's plenty of features out there. There's a little patch of the silt, there's a little patch where there's a few rocks on which you want to stay clear of. There is a snag down the other end near peg 1 and 2, like a big concrete block from when it used to be like a working pit, a bit like Nudder. There was one in there, it's where they've had something on there, they built like a base, a concrete base, and they could have had generators on there or pumps or whatever. So that's still there under the water, so you got to watch out for that. And the coots have been diving at where that fish top, the coots are diving. If someone's got bait there, there's bait there from before. Man, and the owner was out yesterday and he was putting a bit of bait in and he went down the middle, so that could have been roughly where he chucked some in. But that'll do, I'm waffling, so I'm going to get off because you don't want to just see me sat here waffling in on, do you? Then I'm going to finish this coffee, start the slow pat down, get home, usual showered and all that, then try and make some sort of bracket for my pod, so I'm going to screw it to the stage so it's not going to go anywhere. And then I should catch you on the next one where I should be doing 3 nights. But with the temperatures dropping, I'll be alright because I'll wear my thicker thermals. I've got a decent set of thermals, you know what I mean, long johns and shit, so they'll be on for that session. So I should be fine. Right, I'm going to go and I shall catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.